2. Can anyone tell me what the number 7.15 billion represents in this world? That is our current population. Crazy, right? I'm here to persuade you guys to assure that population control methods must be set in place in order for our resources to remain for us in the future generations to come. I will tell you guys why population control is important and essential to us. And then lastly, I will state the methods that can be used to ensure that we remain at a minimum that will benefit our needs. First, what is population control? It is a method or methods that enable a country to decrease the number of its population. This will give us an immense amount of benefits to citizens now and in future generations. Now to explain to you what population control simply is, let me list the importances and try to persuade you why we need it. Population is very important. It will help us keep our natural resources a whole lot longer for future generations. I have a chart here to pass around. And it essentially shows the depletion of oil in several countries and future projections of how much it will decrease in the future. Well, I'll pass that around and play you guys a short clip that questions the subject of population control. As they were saying in that video, that they say we might level up, but no one really knows. I mean, it's pretty much the numbers could stagger depending on how better medicines or like agriculture and resources get, but then also that those resources, we could abuse them and we could essentially, the world will not be able to hold all of us because of resources being depleted. And other importances, population will also help decrease the number of people living in poverty. There'll be a significant decrease in disease and famine. And lastly, food scarcity will not be a big problem that it is today. I hope that those points of importance have persuaded you that we need population control. Now let me tell you how we can accomplish this as a country. There are many methods that will work in this case for population control. Here are the most important of them: contraception, abstinence, social status, sterility, legislation controls, education, and then war. These are critical and can be used to decrease our population. Well, there were my topics that I tried to persuade you guys with, and now let's have a recap of why population control must be in effect soon. I tried to persuade you guys today on why we need population control, and not just our country, but in the world. I hope that you will leave today with a concerned mindset of why we should educate people and why it's important. And then we should act on this in the situation while using these methods soon. Just remember, this world will provide us with only so many resources. The question is, now lies in our hands is, what happens when we run out of these resources? What do we turn to next? What will our future generations do? Think about that.